Welcome back everyone, SweetBattlescars here, and I'm back with another unboxing video. Today we're gonna look at the Bloodborne doll statue by Gecco. This was released late in October of 2017, and I was fortunate enough to receive mine just a day or two after Halloween, so perfect timing for something like this, something Bloodborne related to be released. I have a lot of respect for Gecco and their products. They have produced statues from well-known franchises such as Bloodborne, and another one being Berserk. They have a really great Guts statue floating out there in the wild. I don't have that one, but I'm really lucky to have both the Bloodborne statues, the Hunter and the doll statue now. We're gonna take a look at the box. It's a pretty long box, so I can't really fit it in my frame here. I'm usually really unboxing smaller figures, not this 1/6 scale statue, so I have to move my camera around a lot, so I hope you guys will be okay with that. I apologize in advance if I make some people sick with my camera movements, but we're gonna have to do it that way. So this is the box here, the front of the box, with a really nice illustration of the doll statue. Really nice. The attention to detail by Gecco is just impressive in all their products. A little bit of text here. May you find worth in the making, in the waking world. I think that's the same from the game. I haven't played the game in such a long time. I did play it when it was released, a few years ago, or actually 2015, 2014. I forget exactly when it was. I think it was 2015, sorry. My memory is failing me today. So a little bit about Bloodborne, I guess, the doll here. I'm not gonna take the time to read all that. Some features of the figure here, which we're gonna see for ourselves firsthand after I unbox it, so I'm not gonna take the time to read all of that. A really nice illustration of the Hunter's Dream, which is where the doll resides in the game, and this is actually the doll right there, her usual spot. Her role in the game was basically to allow you to level up using the blood echoes and all of that good stuff. Here we go. Sculptors Profile. So a little bit about the sculptor who sculpted the figure, and producer. So the usual credits for people that worked on this fantastic figure. Top of the box, nothing really interesting, just a Bloodborne doll statue, text and logo. And bottom of the box, just information about the company. There's their logo, Gecco. Really great company to know. So we're gonna go ahead and just before I unbox the figure, before I open the box, quick measurement. If there's anyone out there who needs to know how big the box is, the box is roughly 15 and maybe 3/8, 15 and a quarter inches. The width is about 10 and a quarter inches, and the depth, the thickness, whatever you want to call it, is about 6 3/4. So not a huge box by any means, but it's definitely just slightly bigger than I'm used to for my setup. So it's a little inconvenient when trying to unbox these. I do have the Hunter figure, which I'm gonna pull in right now. I'm gonna leave it, sorry for the harsh camera movement. I'm gonna leave there in the background for now, ready for for it to sit next to the doll. So we're gonna go ahead and pull her out of the box. There we go. I guess she comes with a nice little insert here with another illustration of the Hunter's Dream, and I guess the instructions on how to put her on her base, and she comes with a little accessory, little lamp that sits next to her in the game too. So I'm not gonna pull that out. It's kind of big too. It'll just get in the way. So I'll leave this on the side, and we're gonna open her up. So there's this sticker here, which is kind of their seal of approval. Once I break that, or their seal of authenticity, once I break that, this is my figure, or so I see it. I guess technically it won't be a new figure anymore, but a used figure. I don't usually sell my figures. I do sell some of them whenever, if I have doubles or something, but I don't sell, I'm not selling stuff for my collection yet. I don't know if one day I ever will, but I really love Bloodborne and anything Bloodborne related, so I think I'm gonna be keeping her for a while. Sorry about the loud noises. We are done with that. It can get a little loud, but there we go. Alright, so first off we have the base, and this is a PVC statue, which I also really like. The Gecko does it that way. I do love resin statues, polystone statues, but they are really fragile, they are really heavy. So anything can go wrong with those statues. So when a company like Gecko comes in and introduces really high-end, really detail-oriented figures like this that are made out of PVC plastic, I just jump on them because these are great figures. So this is really solid PVC plastic here with this little pile of rocks here and the base where she sits. And you guys can see that it's all PVC material here. Bloodborne doll, 1/6 scale statue there. Logo. So we're gonna put the base, and the base is pretty heavy because of this pile of rocks here. It's got a nice weight to it, so your doll isn't going anywhere. It's not gonna tip over or anything. Here's her little accessory, the little lamp, and you can see this in the game, always sitting next to her. Nice little plastic pegs here, if the camera can focus, so we can install it on the base. You guys can see just the fine detail, the finesse in the craft. It's all plastic, but I mean, they've really created the illusion of metal here and cloth on the top of the lamp here. You guys can see that paint job is so nice. Really good stuff. So we're gonna put the lamp here. I don't know if it has like a certain orientation, but I'm just gonna... Oh, here we go. It does. It does. One of them is a little thicker than the other. This one's a little thicker in width than this little peg here. So it does have a specific way of sitting on the base. So there we go. And last but not least, our doll figure. So she's covered in plastic. You guys can see. Let me pull the camera back a bit. So it's a massive figure. It's a pretty big figure. Judging... just from seeing her now out of the box, she is slightly taller than the hunter. I guess I hadn't noticed that in the pictures that the company has online. But I guess she might be slightly taller than the hunter. So she's covered in plastic to protect you know, the arms from hitting the dress, things like that, from getting scratched. And she's not very heavy. She's pretty hollow. You guys can see that the dress is not a solid piece. And it also adds to the effect of it looking like a dress. So PVC plastic's not really heavy. She's pretty light. She still has a nice weight to her, but she's not overwhelmingly heavy. Before I set her on the base, it might be difficult to look at her boots. But you guys can see just with my light here. I'm going to get a little closer so you guys might be able to see better. Look at that paint job on the boots. Just excellent craftsmanship. Not only is the sculpt just superb, but the paint job is also just flawless in my opinion. They've really achieved the effect of leather, you know, with this faux leather finish on her boots. Really nice. I'm sorry I'm kind of caught up on her boots. Just really love details like that. So I'm going to set her on her base so that I don't keep, you know, moving the figure around too much. You guys can actually admire the way she looks on the base. Okay, let's see now. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. Alright, so just gotta get the little pegs right. It looks like they're okay. Everything snapped in place. Maybe a little more. Alright, I think that's good for our purposes. I don't want to force it too much. She's sitting on there pretty nicely, pretty solidly. So there she is, and she is taller and bigger than our hunter. I guess I hadn't noticed in the game too. She probably was slightly taller than I guess our characters in the game. Alright, so there she is. Quick overview. We're gonna bring our camera closer to her so we can admire the details. You guys can see her face there. Let's see. Let's bring the light closer here. There you go. So her face, actually, her skin tone looks a little cooler, a little colder on camera. You know, she's not quite so she's not quite cold as cold looking in real life. You know, she's got a very faint pink in her face. I don't know, I guess the way the light's hitting her, the way the shadows are playing with her, she looks kind of bluish on camera, but she's not like that in reality. I don't know why that is. I don't know if I can try playing around with my camera. Maybe there we go. Maybe that. That might make her look a little better. So there we go. Face on the paint again, flawless. Look at that face. Every little detail, the definition on the eyes, the lips, everything is really nicely done. Every streak of hair, everything is really nicely sculpted. Nice details here on her clothing. Oh, look at that detail. The paint job is just great. Texture-wise, it's really good as well. You guys can see all of the texture on her little, I don't know what do you call these, little coat, little poncho. I don't know what this is. Nice details on, look at that paint job on the details. Just fantastic. When it comes to PVC figures, Gecco is a master. Gecco is a master at these things. There we go. So let's admire some of that. Not a lot to see here. Her hands too. Her hands are one of the things I really love about her. Look at the details here. The paint job. Her fingers too. They have you know, those doll fingers with all the joints in the wood. I'm assuming she's made out of wood, like in the game. Here it's all plastic. And her dress. Not a lot to see here, but just on the embroidery, it's all very nice looking, very pleasing, very pleasant to the eyes. Of course, sitting next to her little lamp. So it's a great figure. It went for $300 actually from Gecco. Let me put her next to the Hunter. So if any of you out there is interested in the figure, I don't know if Gecco still has any. These figures usually sell out pretty fast. You know, people really love these figures, so they go fast. I think you can still buy her from third-party sellers, vendors, but I wouldn't know anyone I could recommend. I'm sure you can find a bunch of them on eBay and whatnot. But there she is. So yeah, she is taller than our Hunter. Let's take a ruler. Our Hunter is roughly about 12 3/4 in height. You know, at the tip of the hat there, while our doll here is at the tip of her hat. She's roughly maybe 13 7/8, maybe almost 14 inches. Pretty tall. Yeah. So, you know, about an inch and something taller, an inch and a half taller, roughly, give or take. So, yeah, there she is. She looks great next to the Hunter, which is how I've decided to display them. They'll usually set up there with all those little miniatures that I'm painting in the background and next to Goku back there. So that's probably where they'll sit for now while I find a better place for them. So, okay, in retrospect, great figure. Highly recommended if you are a Bloodborne fan. It's a must-have next to the Hunter. Really have no complaints. You can really expect premium quality from Gecco. I only really have the Hunter, but I've never heard any real complaints about them. In terms of their quality and customer service, it's just really great company. So, and I'm glad that they handle franchises like Bloodborne. Not a lot of Bloodborne figures out there. They just announced a Figma, Hunter figure. So they'll be releasing that soon. I'll probably be picking that up as well and doing an unboxing and review for you guys. So look forward to that. But anyway, please feel free to post any questions or comments you might have about this figure in the comment section below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about the figure, and I'll be talking to you guys in the comment section. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys next time.